won't give up till I'm on top.
Yo, no, I ain't the type to give up. If I do something, man, I do it till I get what I want. I turn a business out of nothing into something I love. I got a poker face, but honestly, I'm not one to bluff. I flip a switch, never miss, man, I always stay up. Don't let them see you, bitch, always have a plan to stay tough. This life ahead of you ain't easy, it was built to be rough. But that's what makes a personality, is tragedy, bruh. So keep your head on your shoulders. Now we ain't out here moving rocks, we out here moving boulders.
We out here moving boulders with sports money and pre-gaming. You know it's 6 p.m. Rain, sleet, or snow. Pre-gaming stays fucking good to go. And good to go we are. We are firing today, right now, right in the thick of it, right here, right now. Just cashed. Third play today. Third play today. Third. 1, 2, 3. 3 of them. Cash the under 9.5. Baltimore, Seattle. Extended rain delay. Didn't expect it to go down like that. Didn't think we'd be sitting here this late. After the start of that game was what, 1 o'clock? Any event, that cashed. Toronto Blue Jays gave them out as a straight play. And then the bomb. Toronto in the under 8 or 9. I don't even remember. Doesn't matter. It cashed. It was plus 250. It's 2-1 final. 2-1 final. That's 2 days in a row. A free play over plus 200. And they both cashed. One score was 1-0. The other score was 2-1. When I say the winningest goddamn show on YouTube, I mean it. We said this the other day. You got to earn your nicknames. And we had a fumble. I came in off of a 6-unit loser. And I said, we're still the winningest goddamn show on YouTube. And so I get fired up. I'm jacked up for this one. Had ourselves a moment. Had ourselves a night last night as well. Talk a little bit about that. Let's speak on it. Since we're here, let's talk about it. Baltimore gets it done. First 5 is a push. Gave out the under. But Baltimore comes back and, handles business. Miami, plus 115. They crushed them boys. Man, so I had the first 5 and I had the full game. That first 5, they go up 4-0 right off the hop. In the 4th inning, Cleveland ties it up. I'm like, shit. You guys were here. We were here live. And then in the 5th inning, they popped in a couple more insurance runs, and they never looked back. 13-4, we cashed. The Yankees was an extended rain delay. Kept me off of adding a loser. I was going to add the Yankees. Decided with the rain delay, I'm not. The first 5 under 4.5 cashes. Houston parlayed up with the under 9. Was Boston going to smash? Were the Sox going to smash? No. Go look for your car. It's behind the bar. Plus 157 is an easy winner for us there. What was the final of that game? 4-1 or something like that? Sadly, though, what kept us from sweeping the baseball board was Oakland. Yeah, teams off of a shutout. They win. That's like our show baseball slogan. And yet, I bet Oakland at plus 125. I thought it was the right play. Obviously, it wasn't. 8-2, they got busted up. WNBA was not so good to us either. Surprised to see the Storm lose. That over did not cash. Everyone loved that over. We were tagging it all day. 170s, 171s, moved up to 172.5 by game time. Under. 160 was the total. And the under team total, game props under for the Mystics game as well. So, look, not going to win them all. We were doing a hell of a job. We were 11-2-1. So now we move to 11-4-1 in the WNBA. What are you going to do? That's why we cast a wide net. Nasty Nate says, I got a better shirt today. Actually, you know what? I found this one in the archives too. I like it. It's got the Gulf, the moisture wicking fabric. It's loose. Feels good. I feel good, man. 75 degrees. Beautiful day today. And we've been just kicking butt, taking names. I'll tell you what, if you're so inclined, over on Winnable, I gave out a ATP tennis play. We'll see what happens. I'm not sure I love it at this point. He's down, but it's in play. Yuri Lashika, he's plus 350 right now. He's down 5-4. Just started. First set's in play. Since I took him at 125, I will have to take him a little bit more. That's what I hate about tennis, by the way. I'm the worst fucking gambler in the whatever discipline I may or may not have goes right out the fucking window with tennis. Feet taped to the pedals and you are sinking or you are swimming. Because I believe I can fly. I'm not a fucking idiot. I know I can't fly. But I'm telling you this. Sometimes that second set's a good way to get cash. So Yuri, two outcomes. He either gets swept or he goes into the third set. So that second set's going to be plus money. I'm bad. I know. I'm fucking degenerate, especially tennis. That's why it's like I try not to even get involved with tennis. Don't even want to fucking see it. Women's tennis. My women's tennis. I got a little pricey play tonight for you guys in women's tennis. Oh, she's climbing too. She's climbing. Ugh. Veronica Kudermetova. Look, we got a tight slate tonight. We got 5 baseball games, and a CFL game. So we got to do what we can. By the way, we were talking about the exceptional run last night into today. Let me add a couple spots in there because we talked about them. I said, I don't know if you guys like props or not. Both pitcher props I gave out cashed. Both. All right, now here's the pivotal moment. Here's degenerate Mikey money. Lashika's plus 450. He's plus 155 to win the second set. Okay. Just like that. I fucking hate tennis. Hate it. Joe Ryan gets over his 5.5 strikeouts. They moved it to 6.5. He still got it. Trevor Rogers, over 5.5 strikeouts, plus 130 price tag, gets it done. So we're firing. I got some more player props. I got some props to blow the top right off the shop. How about that? Tonight. Fired up, man. Told you guys, it's a tough card. It's a tough forward. I can make a case for every dog tonight. I can make a case for every single dog tonight. Now, I'm not going to, but I could. And I don't think you'd be wrong. I mean, obviously, we'll see winner or loser. See, this is the other thing that happens with tennis. Why is the fucking bet not going through? All right, Yuri. Go do some fucking Czechoslovakian shit. Let's go. What are we talking about? We got sports to bet? Man, fired up. The entire planet's on the over in Colorado Rockies tonight. I got a play that might blow your mind. I got a same game parlay. Remember I fucking bitched about I got a VIP thing and it doesn't do me any fucking good yesterday? Maybe they were listening because they came through and I bombed on a spot today. And I'll share that one with you guys. We've got Miami, Cleveland will pop off here in about 20 minutes. Phillies and Nationals. Breaking news if you haven't heard in that game. Atlanta and the Mets. And that breaking news isn't that the Phillies are odds-on favorites to win the World Series. No. It's not that their bullpen has a sub-1 ERA. No. Those are all facts. But I got another fact for you guys. Atlanta and the Mets. What an epic fail by the Mets last night. Probably their best chance. And they just pissed it away. Up 6-0. They lose 11-6. Now, we know you fade the Mets or you fade the Braves after they score 7 or more runs. Traditionally, that's at home. So we'll talk about that game. Tigers Twins. That's my same game parlay. 3 legs plus 325, something like that. Plus 325. And then we'll finish it off with that Diamondbacks Colorado. The entire planet's on the over. I'm not. In fact, there's so much love for that over, I'd incline to take the under. I haven't heard one person. I had spent some time in the car today, so I was just perusing some of the stations, listening. Nobody was talking. I couldn't fucking believe it. I had to turn it off. I had to listen to some terrestrial radio. Couldn't stand these fucking pundits. Anyway, we got a CFL game in play. One of my favorite spots. Situational capping at its finest in play here tonight. I think it's a great opportunity for us to get paid as well. So thank you guys all for coming in to check it out. Make sure you check out the post tab. I dropped that play out there. Silver and gold members got the 2-0 afternoon. Plus the Win Club had the parlay. You know, I asked people to retweet. Some of you guys do a great job, and I really do appreciate it. Matter of fact, I know there's a couple of you guys that really have just been over the top with it here. And today was a great day with it. A couple of you guys just, man, there's a bunch of you guys that I see it. I see them come through. It gets me excited. Gets me excited to see you guys taking the time to contribute. Just to say, hey, you saw it, you liked it. If you repost it, it's even better. But I appreciate that. Man, all we're doing is trying to give out winners. I want to help people win. 2 in a row on the free play with Winnable. If you played it for $100 both days, you're up $450. Fucking free afternoon plays right there. That will get you the opportunity for the full 6-month package. You guys, I know I mentioned this the other day, and a couple of you have signed up already, so I really appreciate that. I really want to say thank you to those guys that have. I see I messed up today. It's not Wednesday, it's Thursday. Heard something today that made me blow my fucking mind. There's a company out there selling a week for $75 or some shit like that. They were charging $3 or $100 for 3 days. I'm going to tell you this, guys. The 6-month package is out there. You don't want to miss any of the action that we have coming up here with Win Club, and not just the NFL and the extra plays and this, you know, props and parlays and all the other stuff that goes into it. But the NHL, the NBA, anytime there's not a show on here, you know there's going to be action going on. You know I'm betting all day. And I'm telling you that this package for 6 months is by far the least expensive of anybody's. Look, I'll undercut the fuck out of everybody because I only have the overhead of what you see right here. I don't mind being a low-cost leader. And I'll tell you this, nobody fucking wins more than we do. These schleppos charging $100 for a week, sub 500. Oh, I gave out some plays. I didn't play them though. Fuck. We're playing the action that we're giving out. And I'm telling you that you could pick up a week from some of them other guys. You could pick up 6 months and support your boy here. Got to treat the golden goose so that we keep laying the golden eggs, you guys. That's what I appreciate is if you take the opportunity, think about it. You're winning some money with us. Doesn't matter if you're a $5 better, a $50 better, or a $500 better. Pay it forward. Support the cause, support the house. We got a lot of tools. We got a lot of technology. We got a lot of things that we are working with. And because we're not company supported, we need you guys. We're viewer supported. Speaking of needing viewers, this is that point of the show to smash that thumbs up button, you guys. Doing a decent job. I know summertime, things are a little light. Man, we're going to try to crack 200 units in baseball this season. 200 units. I don't know if it's feasible, but you got to have a goal. I mean, we're over 120. Should be pretty fucking feasible. By the way, 120. Remember that 39-1 parlay? Didn't count that. These freebie premium parlays that I'm throwing out there, those aren't factored in. It's just the shit that we're giving out here on the show and anything to the silver and gold members. And we're going to crack 200. And you know the deal. Every play is 1 unit. Now, a unit today paid 2.5 units back in return on that parlay. You made over 3.6 units today. Just tailing the action that was given out there. So do me a favor. Smash that thumbs up button. We're in show. It's thumbs up time. Post show, you know the deal. Comments are appreciated. There's a lot of videos to go check out there with us. We've got the First Strike video out there. Leave a comment. I love some of you guys telling me, chirping me on my pick. I don't care. It's my pick. But I love it. I love to see the comments. And while we're in the show, smash the thumbs up. That's the most important thing you can do to keep this ship moving forward. That was ill-timed. T-Smooth has been killing in premium, bro. Thank you for recognizing that. You know, we don't win them all, but we win over 60% And then we have days like today where we flash off a 3-0 to kick this day right in the nuts. And I really just wanted to ask you guys to take some time, think about it. Not asking a ton, just asking if you're getting paid, if you're making some money with us, show some support, encourage us to keep coming back here. Jump on board with Winnable today. Don't miss out. We got this Christmas and August sale, I guess. It's the NFL package. I'm going to tell you this. It's the cheapest in the business. It gets you every single premium play that's sent out through the Super Bowl. Think about that. It would be better part than half the hockey month. We've already established this is the winningest hockey show on the fucking planet. You're going to get half the season factored right into there off the gate. Let's go. Shout out to Redbeard in the house. He likes Miami and the team total over 3.5. He's going to parlay it up for a little 145 action. Love the creativity, Redbeard. David Wallace, Nicholas Handy's up in here. He's got some action. He's got he says the Orioles game's final. Trying to imitate my Ramon Scott computer voice. Shout out to Dougie Wise. Tigers, Sinner minus 149. How do I feel about the Tigers game, Dougie? Feel pretty damn good about it. In fact, I've unleashed the beast on it. They gave me a sweat-free monster. Not like the traditional chicken shit little, we'll get you 10, 50, 25. No. We got a comma. Nasty Nate's appreciate recognizing the shirt, my friend. Thank you for hitting the like button. Barry says, cashing bets with Mikey money. We don't win them all, man, but we sure as fuck try. And that's the most important thing. Dougie says, we're 2-0 today. Cash the Orioles' first 5 money line and cash free bands. Blue Jays' first 5 run line. My guy, Dougie. Jay Main. What up? And then Legacy says, paid in full parlay. Philadelphia Phillies. Metropolitan Tigers. Snake all the run lines. AOD in the house. There's my guy. He's checking in. And appreciate T-Smooth talking about the premium plays. That was something that you guys had asked for. What do you like about this? What do you like about that? What do you think about this game? We're not on the show. Trying to help you guys find the dough. And today we did just that. So that's great. Dougie Wise, the center, absolutely annihilated his opponent. Help me get the juice down on the Tigers. Redbeard says, except the Braves. No case there. I can make a case for the Braves. Just the station play 211. Stop Joe says, let's get it. No. Good luck on your tickets, everyone. Dougie Weiss says, I'm looking at the game under in Colorado game, Mikey. The fucking planet's on the over. Robert McCormick, Cedric's here. Brian Smith. So sent at the end of Sports Money on IG a few days ago. Oh, fuck. It's me, dude. It's me. Sorry, Brian Smith. I've been fucking negligent, dude. I won't make any excuses, but I got a pretty good one if I was going to. I'm sorry, my guy. I'll get back to you. Jay Mains is looking at the Tigers' first 5 under 3.5. Really like that bet. AOD's reminding everybody to smash the like button. Rob McMahon says, smash the like for Pimp. Vodka style. Sir Mackey loves pot. A little shiny head for a nickel. He's got 5 golden gooses. Brian Smith, you can't find me on Winnable? Bro, I put out 300 fucking messages all on Twitter. Let me do this. Let me drop this in the fucking chat. There's my post. You should be able to get in there for Shut the Barry! Barry giving a super sticker. Coming through, my man. Get me jacked up. $9.99 super sticker from none other than my guy Barry, checking in, showing the support. Appreciate you, my brother. We ride or die together, my friend. And hopefully we do a lot more riding. J-Man's got some Bybee stats. AJ's in the house. The sports money is money. Remind you of a logo? My head is shiny today, isn't it? Yeah, I got you, Brian Smith. See if that helps. It's up to Trevor Davis. Let's go. Let's get to business. Yeah, we're live betting, boys and girls. I mean, Lashika there, Lahishka, whatever. He went up 2-0 in the second set. He was 450. He's plus 370. The second set is now plus 120 from the plus 155. But he just got broke. All right. Thanks, Brian. Yeah. Sports money, the collective here, we're using Winnable to crank that information out. So it's not actually sports money. It's Mikey money. Rose Miller. Hope someone cashed with the Astros ace money line last night. I got fucking swept in the WNBA. It's only 2 plays, but sucks. I don't want to give out losers. Prefer to win. I like sports that we can win in. Like baseball. Like game number 1. We're going to go through all these games. We're going to go through them all. We'll go right down the rip. If you guys have questions, fire away. I'm going to pop this right off the top. I'll let you know right off the hop, I'm popping another plus 250 out there. For 2 reasons. One, I talked yesterday about Miami and being in the dog situation. That's what we want to have. Now, I do see the Bybee stuff. No doubt. Bybee's got himself, he's swinging. He's swinging with a meaty hammer. There's a couple things in play. And think about this so I talked yesterday about some of these teams being dogs. Now, Oakland fucked us. But Miami came through, right? As did Baltimore. The road dog after a dog spot. 7-3, its last 10. It's won 6 in a row. It's about 500 over the course of 500 game sample, 250 to 254. So this is one of those situations where you evaluate the numbers and you go, you gotta make sure that when you take them in the right spots, right? A bad team like the Marlins, a team like Cleveland that's kind of reeling this year, not doing their best. 51% of the bets, 47% of the cash are on the Marlins. 91% of the bets, 87% of the cash are on the over. Now, Cabrera's been firing. Absolutely no question about that. I mean, Miami's a weird team because they fucking suck, but they got some great pitchers. Alcantara, Cabrera, just to name 2 off the pop. And Cabrera's been firing. Cabrera's recent performances, you guys know I'm a believer in they roll in bunches. They suck in bunches and they win in bunches. Cabrera's 3-1 in his last 4, and he's given up 1 run or fewer. They're home runs. He just came off 11 Ks, but check this out. 6 Ks, 6 Ks, 4 Ks, 7 Ks, 11 Ks. I think he's in the groove. I think he's in the zone. Now, on the other side of things, Cleveland, I don't know. I think their season's pretty wiped. Probably it's got to be disappointing because this kind of like Toronto. Like we talked, Matt, by the way, another one yesterday, talked about the Cubs. Said if I was going to play anything, it'd have to be the Cubs. It was the Cubs. But collective of stiffs. No real exceptional players. Now, the Guardians, their guys are a little bit older with Stevie Ray Kwan and Jose Ramirez on top of that. But, yeah, they had a little streak. They caught the Mets, then they caught the White Sox. But look, at their schedule has been comprised of stiffs. The Rockies, the Twins when they were losing Twins, the bunch of losses. The Mets, we know how bad the Mets are. The White Sox. And, now the Marlins. So, level of competition, yeah, the Marlins team isn't great, but Cabrera can go out there and fire. And you've got reverse line movement on the total, suggesting it's going to be a lower scoring game. So I'm bought in. I'm bought into this little. I couldn't decide if I wanted to go Miami or the under. The under moved, so I ended up getting it back up to 8. Cleveland home unders after the All-Star break are a real thing. The second half of the season, that collection of stiffs is just a little too old. Their pitchers are they do well. They got a decent pitching staff. But the hips, they got a little too much mileage on some of them bat swingers out there, like a Jose Ramirez. Miami unders, if they allowed 2 or more runs the previous game, are 43 and 18. And speaking of Bibee, non-divisional, this guy's an under machine, 28 and 11. Probably because it's one of those situations where the other team doesn't get to see his stuff that often. And so collectively, he can go out there and fool him. Sneak him by a couple of spots out there. Now, player prop wise, I don't like playing the unders, but I would play Bibee's under 5.5 strikeouts. It was like minus 130 earlier today. That's your option. I think this is good. I think we got a good price tag on this thing here with the plus 250. I think it's probably just like we saw with this earlier game today. 3-2 type of situation, maybe. To me, that feels like the most appropriate there. Dougie West says, shout out to the Jays. They kicked ass today. They did. They got us our money. Brian Smith. No worries, dude. You can reach out to me anytime. Hit me on X, too. I'm super responsive over there. Redbeard. You and your Mets. Jeff Matthews says the Baltimore Orioles are now a perfect 17-0 to the under as a series closing underdog. Isn't that something? Nicholas Handy likes the Cabrera over. I like that. It's the same deal as Trevor Rogers yesterday. I think the difference, though, is I like Trevor Rogers. When we talked about his over yesterday, that was more of a the guy's just been tits lately. Now, that being said, Cabrera's shoving as well, coming off that 11 spot. So, the reality for this one is that do you get a Bibee bounce back spot? Just gave up 4 runs. Probably they left him out there a little too long. That's the deal. He goes into the 6th inning, 5 hits, 4 earned runs, only 1 homer, walked 4 dudes. He's been collecting wins, though. Can't argue. He gets the run support. Seems like he goes 8 strikeouts, then he gets a 5. Then he's got a 7 last game. He has a good performance, then he has a 4 or 5. A good performance, then a 4 or 5. So it kind of does fall right back in the wheelhouse of that under 5.5 today. I don't like taking the unders. I'd bet the shit out of unders. Don't get me wrong. You guys have seen it right here. I just prefer my player props to be overs. I'd rather bitch about the guy falling short than seems like I've taken a couple unders. We've done it here on the show. I've been on a couple of unders and dude's he's had a fucking torrid face. They're like, he hasn't pitched this great all season. And I'm sitting there hanging on to an under 5.5. He's got 3 in the first inning, 3 up, 3 down. All right, I told you guys I had some intel for you on this game. Sorry. Information's coming through. Oh, it never stops. Never stops. Sometimes I stop. Sometimes my eyes go. Anyways, the Phillies and the Nats, the breaking news I had for you guys, not that the Phillies have the best bullpen in baseball, not that the Phillies are the best team in baseball, not that the Phillies are going to probably most likely win the World Series, not that I'm going to tell you Kyle Schwarber should be the MVP winner. Cal Raleigh, Seattle, Philly's a bigger market. Probably see Kyle Schwarber like Sharpie and I called back in April. Phillies just landed today. They had problems with their plane last night. They were supposed to leave Cincinnati. They were supposed to fly out to the Nats. They were sitting on the tarmac for a while. They had to scurry to get a hotel because they couldn't get their replacement plane till today. And I want to get the right time. Let me look and see if I have this. Looks like it was about 3:00 today that they landed. So 3.5 hours ago. Before that, I can tell you that the Sharp Respected Betting Report came through. By the way, the Sharp Respected Betting Report is fucking killing it as well. It's one of those tools. One of them tools we use. Two things they around. One, they like the under. Two, they like the side. Now, I'm inclined to jump on the side. I like a plus 165 price tag. I'm okay with the 1.5. It's plus money, so that's why I was okay with it. It was like 108 or 110. But I dumped back in and took a little bit of the money line as well. Simply trying to maximize. I mean, essentially, I played it like a plus 1, I guess, because I've got that run line situation. I do think a lower scoring game. It's Jesus. Jesus and Lord. Can't make that up. Jesus Luzardo coming out there, starting on the bump with a 3.19 ERA, coming off a 6-inning performance. The guy's been tits. 7 innings, 6 innings, 6 innings. Giving up hits. Puked up against Baltimore. At home, by the way. Gave up 5 hits, 3 earned runs, 2 homers. This dude's a 7-4, 7-4, 7-4, 7-4. 7 Ks, 4 Ks, 7 Ks, 4 Ks, 7 Ks, 4 Ks. Guess what's up next? 7 Ks. He just had 4. So I get the low scoring aspect of this thing. His last start was 3-2 at Texas, so he's going to have third road start and 4 goes at it. On the other side of things, Brad Lord. I don't know what rock he crawled out of, but 6 innings pitched his last start, 4 hits, 1 earned run. Relief pitcher. I don't know if he's getting a spot start. I don't know if they're planning on using a bullpen performance. I know that the challenging spot is to fade. You want to fade the Nationals in the first game of a series. Home openers, if you fade the Nats, you're 70-30. I told you I could make a case for every one of the dogs today. Except for one game. And I got to jump on this Nats team. The Sharps are on it. The Plains situation, the lackluster performance against the Reds. For all the aforementioned, this is kind of that yin and yang. You know, you get excited about the Phils, then you get grounded a little bit. Then you get excited about the Phils. The pendulum just keeps fucking tick, tick, tick. Right now we're on the disappointed and let down spot. And I think this is an opportunity for them to take advantage. You know, yeah, Brad Lord's got a 3-6 record. Doesn't catch too much on the lines of run support, but did just beat Kansas City. They took 2 games down on San Francisco. So I'll give them a shot back at their home ballpark. You know, they had a tough go of it. But they still scraped out some wins. The Astros, the Brewers, that was fucking hideous. Then the Athletics, and that was at home where the Athletics play better on the road. Then they started catching some wins, though. They took down San Francisco 2 out of 3, including a shutout. They won the last game of the series before they headed back home for the Phillies here. I think this is a good spot for us. I think it's a good price tag, too. I think this makes a lot of sense to take. Why would you call me right now? It's a crazy day. It's been a crazy day. But I'm in. I'm jumping in on this spot. Voodoo says the Washington bullpen is cooked. I'm suspecting, yeah. Look, at a spot where I think it's a lower scoring game, I want to, well, not all the time. Not all the time do I want to go the other direction there. But anyways, when it's a lower scoring game, I don't mind getting on the point side of things and catching that dub. Let's roll on to this next game here. Is that Braves? So those are going to be the 6:45 starts now. 7:10 Atlanta Braves. New York just blew it Mets. Kodai Senga. Bryce Elder. Couldn't believe I made this play. This is a fucking Redbeard special kind of day. I faded the Phillies, and I'm buying the team total over on the Mets. I mean, I'm no Mets lover, as we know, but this has got to be as close to what it feels like, I guess, if you're a Mets fan. And 2 things. One, I think getting bounced like they did that last game is an issue. I don't want to. If I was going to take a side, I'd have to take the Braves, but I don't want to take Elder. He's a piece. I don't mean a dime piece. I mean, the reality is, if you fade the Braves as a road dog at 122 or higher, you're 15-3. You're 8-2 in the last 10. So yeah, there's some traction. There's some opportunity out there, but I don't necessarily like Kodai Senga either. Problem the Mets have is you're fucked. You lost the games with your best two pitchers, Peterson and Holmes, and they didn't just lose them. They're walking like crazy. So that being said, you look at we talked the other day about some of these terms when we talked about the WRC plus. That's essentially how they're outperforming the expectations of the ballpark or not. Hundreds, the Mendoza line. These guys ranked 12th in all of baseball over the last 13 games in that WRC plus factor. So the Braves are finding a way to contact. 5 dudes on that team are fucking screaming. I just can't seem to get them when they're in the right direction. So pitching injuries have certainly hurt these guys. Bryce Elder's no exception. He's got that 6.12 ERA right now. His FIP's bad. His expected ERA is bad. He's underperforming against his bad expected ERA. So I thought collectively that we can see some runs from this Mets side of things here. They do have some guys in the lineup. We like some of these guys. Nimos can fuck off forever, but I don't know. Maybe it's a grand slam that finds its way to connect on this thing here, because I just think, look at Elder. The Rangers scored 8 runs on Elder's one of his last starts out there. The Marlins put up 5 on the dude. So why can't the Mets do that? And they got that motivation of having just gotten skull fucked yesterday after being up 6-0. So I'm going to call it the reverse skull fuck play of the day. Redbeard likes these plays. Barry says Senga's been shaky. Yeah. I thought about the full game too. Lingo says he got the team. I mean, look, you could almost make the same case on the other side, Lingo. I don't think that's a bad look. It's a tough card tonight. It's because there's not a lot of volume. We've got volume, but there's not a lot of volume. So we're anglers here. We're professional grinders trying to find the way to wiggle to the window. This number came down. It was minus 130 earlier. So that does concern me a little bit as well. Are the Mets that team that go out there and win this game like 4-3 and you're fucked across the board every way you played it, unless you played the under? And how could you play an under? They had 100 runs scored yesterday. The Mets and the team total over 3.5 is not a bad look either. I just don't want to have to count on the Mets. But I'm on them, I guess. I guess I'm counting on the worst. The other day, Nemo. Guy couldn't hit water if he fell out of a fucking boat. But here we are. Redbeard says, Mets life is a tough one. Yeah, dude, I feel you. Looking at this thing, like, what are you going to do? Polar bear to hit a home run? I don't know. Let's roll on. Let's talk about the Big Daddy. The old Whopper. The old Whopper with cheese. Told you. I think they're listening to us. We said it before in jest. I bitched. I said, I got a VIP agent. I got fucking nothing for it. So they came through. I same game parlayed this. Like so. I'll be honest. I could have gone with I hate when people say that. Like, I'm going to lie to you. I could have gone with the Tigers on the run line. I could have gone extended run line, 2.5 and even 3.5 with the Tigers. I like the under 8, but it went down to 7.5. And I even saw some 7s. So it's a tricky situation because you got Scooble, who's been absolute cheeks. 2.35 ERA. He's got he's got a sub 1 whip. Striking out 34% of the time. The guy's doing everything he should. He's striking out 34% of the time. He's walking less than 4% of the time. And they're 15-3 and the dude starts, right? He had a bad one. 4 runs on 6 hits and 4.2 innings against the Angels. We know them Angels bats. We know I talked about them. Hasn't allowed 3 or more runs in back-to-back starts all season. So let's expect that this is going to be a Twins team. Despite that game yesterday, I give that the rain delay. that fucked up that Yankee spot yesterday. And now you got this Minnesota Twins team that wins in bunches and loses in bunches. Detroit needs to get back on the saddle if they want to go out there and command the AL. They kind of let some things slip there post All-Star break. They maybe get a little sloppy, a little sluggish. But all signs point to the bounce back for Skubal. So this became, how do you attack it? Well, the first play was to look at the Tigers. Let's get them factored in there. Let's take a look at Skubal in that bounce back spot. He's got a 2.11 ERA on the road. He's going 7+ innings. He just went 7 shutout innings with 13 strikeouts against the Twins in June. So he's already shown he can shut this potentially cool bats down anyways. In last 6 starts against the Minnesota Twins, this dude's got a 1.22 ERA. So his number's now 8+, over 7.5 on his Ks. I took it down to 6.5. And then I figured with that domination and performance out there, the Tigers just won that game 1-0. They're not exactly world beaten. Now, Bailey Ober can fuck this whole thing up. That's for sure. He's got a 5.16 ERA with a 1.38 whip. He's got 7.40 in his last 8 starts. So he's allowed 4 more runs in 6 of his last 7. This is where I thought the extended play made a lot of sense because this guy's a fucking pile of dog shit, literally. Pardon my French. I'm excited when I think about apparently when I think about piles of dog shit. I was running the ladder game. You know, we've played the old ladder play, and it showed that the vulnerability is around 4. So if you don't know the ladder game or you're new to checking it out, we'll certainly be doing it a lot more during the football season too. But when you got a team that should put a thumping on the other team, baby seal treatment, we look for the gap. What's the gap? And then where does it get wide? And then that's kind of like they're saying, all right, we could see him win by 2. We could see him win by 2.5. We could see him win by 3. We could see him win by 3.5. They're not so concerned about him winning by 4 or more. That gap went up like 60 cents. So it's a plus 240 though. So does it make sense? I don't know. I looked at the under because of the prowess that Skubal has shown against this Twins team. The Twins, by the way, are struggling against lefties. That's right. Lefties. 29th in baseball for on-base percentage. Batting average, 27th. WRC plus is 29th. They traded everybody away. Makes sense. You get rid of Correa. You get rid of Castro. Whomever else. Oh, fucking Yuri. So, I thumped it all together. Uber, last time he played the Tigers. Marlins are on the board 1-0. Feels like just like yesterday. Feels just like yesterday. I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that feeling. I got a feeling. Got hit up for 7 runs on 11 hits the last time he played these boys. But I think we have an opportunity here. Like I said, Skubal 7+, get the win. If you fade the Twins against lefties, they're 26-7 in that spot. So that's a profitable avenue to go as well. And Detroit, road favorite series openers, 22-4 spot as well. I don't think there's a question of the Tigers. It's just how do you go out there and turn it into a profit center? And I think we did. Instead of them having to win by 4 runs to get a plus 240, we throw this concoction together and we get a plus 256. Doug UI is coming through with the numbers. Says the Twins are 25th in OPS against lefties the last 2 weeks. Yeah. Nicholas says, "I be fucking up." Is there anything that feels better than that? Catching the early start. All right, let's go. Last game in baseball. What happened here? Oh, and then I got a W. I got a CFL play for you guys too. Spot start that I like here. Guess I didn't spend a lot of time talking about these splits. I guess that's my bad. Certainly not your bad. The Mets open at minus 215. They're down to 187. 187 on a motherfucking 79% of the bets, 87% of the cash on the Mets. 92% of the bets on the over, 91% of the cash on the over. Hasn't moved. Juice to the over 8.5. Tigers, minus 210 have moved down to minus 195. 85% of the bets, 88% of the cash. Tigers. Every time something starts, it moves my 7.5s on the total. 89% of the bets, 89% of the cash on that Twins Tigers over. Not really moving. Juiced, I guess, to the over 7.5, minus 115. Then we got this game with the entire universe on the over. It has moved a little bit. I had a sneaky suspicion last night when I was looking. I saw 12s. I saw first 5 of 6. I was like, man, maybe I fire. Big number, though. Can the Diamondbacks pull it through? Minus 168. They've moved to minus 170. And they have 84% of the bets and 91% of the cash on the Diamondbacks. Total of 12.5 has moved to 13s, as I mentioned, with 61% of the bets and 70% of the cash. Rodriguez, Erod, 5.68 ERA. Blaylock, 7.89 ERA. Yeah. That's why I was looking at that first 5. It's like 7.5s now. The first 5 totals are, well, I guess they're 6.5. There's a 7.5 at FanDuel. Way to be tip of the spear, FanDuel. Everybody else is 6.5. In any event, Bradley Blaylock has himself a proud 11.76 ERA on the bump. Just lost the game 6-5. Tight one. At Arizona. Went into the 5th inning, got hit 7 times, gave up 5 of the 6 earned runs. Now, put the tar and feathers away and hear me out. I can make a case for every dog today, except for that Twins game. Can't make a case for the Twins. But when the pitcher just saw the team and he has got nobody else in between, you know I believe in the zigzag theory. That's deeply rooted in the foundation and principle of how I cap and gamble. You just saw these guys. If you smack them, they smack you, and vice versa. Because you got to think about it. All this dude's had going on for the past 5 days, 6 days is thinking, none of that shit worked. Let me try something else, right? And he's got nobody else that got in the way of it. So he knows the batters. He's familiar with them. And this Diamondbacks team still has traded away some of their key pieces. There's a tight spot to win that game. We know that Colorado just came back from a series against the Cardinals. And surprisingly, they won 2 of those 3 games. Bad team, probably not going to go out there and set any records. But did you know 2 things? One, yeah, the ball's flying around. Blaylock, I mean, look, like I said, the whole fucking planet's on the over. I can tell you all day about how bad Blaylock's doing. I can tell you how the Arizona right-handed opportunities working. Arizona against righties, 3-0 Marlins. That game's going to go fucking Jesus. In any event, home dog, after giving up 6 runs, finds themselves 500. Literally. That's not quite. It's. Let me see if I can find the number. It was an impressive spot. It's profitable for starters. It's profitable. But it's not profitable like, oh, you're only winning 25% of the time. No, it's 50-50. Has a lot to do with a fade on a pretty meaty favorite against a team that's got a vulnerable ERA, soft pitching. 110-49 on the fade spot. I just like to get involved here with taking a shot with these guys. I think there's enough merit in this thing. I mean, look, you can take the team totals, probably parlay the team total. You could probably parlay both team totals down a full run. Find a way to get in there. Trying to find that one stat. Bunch of windows. All the windows that are open, not the right ones. There it is. Home dog in a revenge game. They lost 7 or more runs the previous time. 104 and 106. That's 50%. It's like 49.9% or something like that, right? 50-50 shot, and you're catching a plus 150. And you got the pitcher in what should be a bounce back revenge situation, having not faced anybody else in between. It's good enough for me to take the Rockies. Shout out to MMA Locker Room. He says, I had to sub just to comment. Can't believe these politicians. Who's the politicians? Who did what? What's up, MMA Locker Room? Appreciate your sub. We're trying to get ourselves to 2K. Sports Money 2K. But thank you for checking in. Can't believe these politicians. I don't know what they're doing now. Did I miss it? I try not to pay attention. It makes me fucking angry. I'll tell you what I did see. I saw that Melania is going to sue the Biden family for $1 billion unless Hunter Biden apologizes for those comments about she put a one in the chat if you guys watch Taylor Swift go on the Kelsey podcast last night. I didn't watch it, but it came across my fucking timeline a lot. I had a lot of thoughts on that process. I had a lot of thoughts on it. First of all, it's impressive. It's impressive that a fucking Kelsey's, I don't know. I'll tell you what I thought when I was watching it. And came across my timeline. It was like, look at this. I think it was FanDuel that reposted it. Maybe I'm the only one that thinks this way. But I was looking at it going, you think he's smashing that the right way? That's what I was thinking. I don't know. Then I started thinking as a follow-up, at some point he's going to get tired of smashing that. Right? I don't know. I'm just being real with you guys. Being 100. No, it wasn't last night. It was today that I saw it. Sir Mackey. I just, listen, that's what I think about. There's no way that dude's smashing that the right way. And then he's going to get tired of smashing it. And fuck you guys. You think the same way. So let's go. Last game I got for you guys. I'm going to talk some Canadian football. We'll get this thing up and out of here. I like bangs too. I'll tell you that. I'm a bangs guy. It might be a dated look, but I'm okay with bangs. I didn't realize Taylor Swift was 35 years old. Tay-Tay. Seemed like a good sport about it. She said, "No, you guys have a lot of sports fans, and that's all they want to see is me on your timeline." Anyways, Nico Sandy. Hey man, Jason Kelsey, I was cool with him. He was a good dude in Philadelphia, man. He was a strong Eagle, and he loved that Mummer stuff. If you guys don't know what the Mummers is, check it out. Some crazy random shit. Yeah, I'd fucking hammer down, dude. MMA Locker says the only Taylor is Taylor Mathis. All right. Yeah, that's something too. The Ottawa Red Blacks are coming into the Winnipeg Bombers. Little CFL-age. Situation that I like about this spot here is you got the worst team in the league potentially in the Red Blacks. They've been bad for years. They're finally trying to get 3 straight wins. They won back-to-back games. That is huge because you got a situation where you got a bad team that's going to be artificially pumped up because they've been winning. So as the books start to put lines out there and these teams start winning, they close the gap. And you got a motivated Winnipeg team because they're trying to get above 500. So those two factors play dividends. Now, if you look at these 2 wins, peel the onion back a little bit. When you think about the side of things with the CFL, Bombers are 3-1 against the spread at home. Ottawa's wins, those 2 wins, one was against the team whose quarterback was out. The other was against that Toronto Argonauts team that didn't play any defense. So you've got this perfect storm of overinflating a team because they got 2 wins. When you look at the quality of the opponents, obviously dog shit. And if you look back at the history of the series, these guys pretty much split. Home field tends to find the way to get the win. Overall, I think this is a good spot for us to lay the 4. It was like 5 and 5.5 in some spots. So collectively, they got a quarterback that can go out there and dish 74% or so passing rate. And I think it's good enough. So we'll lay the 4 points in this spot that I think, again, situational spot, Cap. Coming off bad team, coming off of back-to-back wins against questionable teams and a team that's motivated at home. That's going to be the way we put the bow on the show. Appreciate everybody jumping and tuning in. MMA Locker Room's got the under 53. Appreciate all you guys checking us out, doing the thing. NFL 25 is the promo code over there for Winnable. If you guys haven't checked it out already, 6-month package. Criminal how inexpensive it can be to jump in on all the action that we're rocking out there. Big day today. We started off 3-0. We got that 2-leg parlay for plus 250. We got back-to-back spots on those early afternoon games. Let's have a big evening. Good luck to everybody in their action. Smash that thumbs up button. And we'll see you guys back here tomorrow. We'll be joined with our friend from the Superbook talking about the UFC 319 action. In the meantime, check out what we've got going on with First Strike. We've got VB MMA picks and Ramon Scott busted off 3 plays as well. So we've got a 6-card breakdown for this big UFC fight. And I appreciate everybody that takes the time to check out Winnable. It's your boy, Mikey Money. I'm inviting you to join the Sports Money crew on Winnable. Get all of our premium best bet selections.
For a low monthly cost, you get the very best bets delivered instantly to your phone by text the moment they're locked in. No delays, no missed lines, just the smartest plays at the best odds.
We do the work, you get the plays sent straight to your phone right when you need them.
Don't wait, don't guess, don't miss the line. Join the winning team today and start cashing tickets with